Juha takes on the flames of the sun in this week's Bleach chapter 507, The Fire 3. It starts with the blonde-haired Quincy trying to figure out how this could be Yamamoto's Bankai with just a burned-up sword. However, Juha tells him that he can't be underestimated, because every single flame is now sealed in his Zanpakuto. Even the slightest touch will be the end of you. Yamamoto says he sees Juha remembers his ability quite well after 1,000 years, but whether or not it's still the same since then, will have to be tested on him. We then cut around to a few of the captains of Soul Society. Ukitake's throat starts to become dry. Shunsui's lips begin to cut, and Hitsugai is unable to use Hirimaru. All the water in Soul Society is disappearing slowly and silently. This is the power of Zanka no Tachi. Unohana is concerned though, and says Yamamoto needs to finish quickly before he destroys all Soul Society with his Bankai. Juha tries to figure out his Bankai because his coat was cut, but no flames were emitted. Yamamoto strikes again with the edge of his sword striking the ground and incinerating it. He explains that Zanka no Tachi East concentrates all of his flames to his blade's edge. Anything that the edge touches is eradicated without a trace. He goes on to say that even the Quincy defense Blood is no match for it. Juha just decides that he needs to cut Yamamoto without getting anywhere near his blade. He goes to slash him, but his sword is cut in half. Yamamoto explains that if Zanka no Tachi has an east, it most certainly has a west, and he will make this visible for him now. Yamamoto then erupts in flames and appears to be one with the fire. He tells Juha that the heat now reaches 15 million degrees and he can no longer be touched. His body and blade are now the very embodiment of the sun. The chapter ends here. This was a good chapter to say the least. Yamamoto's Bankai is just incredibly awesome, becoming the perfect offense and defense in every way with Zanka no Tachi east and west. I thought that by the end of the chapter, Juha was actually going to be beaten because it looks impossible for him to even land a nick on Yamamoto. But I still think Juha or someone else is going to at least attempt to steal his Bankai. If Juha can get his hands on it, then it's all over Soul Society, because we can already see the adverse effect it has on everything and everyone. I hope we start to get flashbacks soon to what happened between Juha and Yamamoto during their first encounter, but I'm sure next week we'll just see Juha trying to determine how he can beat Yamamoto's Bankai, and as I've said before, possibly stealing it by the end of the chapter. Kubo's doing a surprisingly good job of not trolling any of us and staying with this fight, because right now it's the only thing that we give a damn about. Ichigo, Urahara, and the Mystery Swordsman, who cares? Yamamoto was lighting shit up in Soul Society. But anyways, that's it for this week. My question to everyone is, do you think Yamamoto's Bankai has any sort of weakness? If so, do you think Juha will expose it, or will he just take the easy way out and steal it for his own use? Remember to comment, like, and subscribe for more Bleach reviews, and I'll be back next time for Chapter 508. Peace.